Alright, let's break down your forehand stroke mechanics. A common mistake is not differentiating the backswing for topspin and backspin balls. Players also confuse the direction of power generation for these two shots. The racket angle, body rotation, and rhythm are often incorrectly mixed up as well. First, let's cover the difference in the backswing for looping a topspin ball versus a backspin ball. For a topspin loop, you must remember that your backswing is primarily backward. Conversely, for a backspin loop, your backswing is primarily downward. Topspin goes back. Backspin goes down. Your backswing should finish behind your body, but not directly behind your hip. While looping backspin requires a backswing behind you, for amateurs, taking the racket that far back on a topspin ball is too slow. So for topspin, position your backswing just behind your right hip. Avoid an overly large backswing. Just using your arm is a pullback. Using your body to lead the arm is true power generation. Because without a proper backswing on a topspin ball, you won't generate enough power. Second key point. The backswing position for backspin is very different from topspin. For backspin, your backswing should go towards your right buttock and stay close to your body. Why close to the body? For topspin, we go back to create space for power. For backspin, we bring it in towards the right buttock to ensure efficient power transfer on contact. Also, a chopped backspin ball tends to die and drop. So if your backswing is too far away, you'll mistime the shot or miss the ball completely. Therefore, as the ball comes, your hand must stay close to your right buttock. Keep the backswing compact and near your body. Execute the swing from the side of your body, staying close, to truly engage your core and body weight. Swinging wide like this is incorrect. It's just arming the ball, which kills your power transfer. To summarize the second difference, topspin needs space, while backspin needs to be close to the body. The third point is the direction of your power. In table tennis, there are fundamentally three trajectories. Let's use the flick as an example. For a backspin ball, you flick upwards. This creates a high, looping arc. For a topspin or sidespin topspin ball, you flick downwards. This is a pressing arc to control the topspin. For a no-spin or light spin ball, you flick forward. This creates a flat, direct arc. It's just these three. Looping follows the same principle, as does serve-receive. For example, if he serves heavy backspin, I have to create a high, looping arc. If the serve is no spin or light spin, I create a flat arc, driving more forward. If he serves a long, kicking sidespin topspin ball, I have to use a pressing arc to keep it down. If you don't understand these trajectories, your consistency will be extremely low. Because you're trying to use a single trajectory for every ball, either pushing flat or looping everything high. You have to master all three trajectories. To do this, you must be able to use your forearm and upper arm independently. So, first, separate the upper and lower arm. Second, with your forearm, you must be able to direct the force forward, upward, or downward. You need to be able to control these three directions of forearm power to execute a proper loop. For instance, I'll do a stroke now, and you tell me which trajectory it is. That was a looping, high arc trajectory. Here's a common misunderstanding. Players think a looping arc must have a huge upward motion. A player told me he couldn't create a looping arc, but he actually was. His looping arc was just very small. A looping arc doesn't have to be a massive lift from below your knees. Even if I just create a small upward arc on contact, it's still a looping arc. That is also a looping arc. So it's not about a huge upward swing. As long as you move forward and slightly up, you are creating a looping arc. The topspin loop is, by its nature, a looping arc movement. It's just that the arc is smaller than when looping backspin, allowing you to execute the loop. If you are pushing the ball back or slapping it flat, that is not a looping arc. So, for your topspin loop, a loop drive must have an arc. It's just that for topspin, the arc from back to front is smaller. For backspin, you drop down and create a much larger arc. This doesn't mean you can have no arc at all. It doesn't mean you can just push or hit flat to the side. Why is it that you can block a topspin ball over the net, but when you try to hit it, it goes into the net? This is where you need to understand the arc. Even when I loop a topspin ball, I must create a small looping arc to make the stroke full. Then I can freely accelerate my forearm. That's why it's called a loop drive. The correct technical term is loop drive. For backspin, the looping arc needs to be much fuller. If you swing from back here, you can only create a small arc. So you must change your backswing starting point from high to low to create a bigger arc. So, why do we drop the racket to loop backspin? Dropping the racket allows us to create a much fuller looping arc. And it also helps us find the optimal contact point for power. Because a backspin ball drops after bouncing, by lowering your racket, you can create a full, effective arc to lift it. Topspin loop, create the arc from back to front. Backspin loop, drop down first, then create the arc forward and up. For topspin, think from back to front. Even though there's an upward arc, the main force is directed forward. Backspin is different. For backspin, going down is the first priority. Forward and up is the second. Without the downward motion, your stroke becomes a simple forward push. If your opponent puts heavy spin on the ball and you have to move your feet, a simple forward motion won't work, and you'll make many errors. This is why professionals always emphasize the center of gravity. When your body goes down, your arm goes down. If your body stays high, your arm can't get low enough. The fourth key point is the direction of force and the size of your stroke. Many players use the same size stroke for both topspin and backspin. So, which stroke should be bigger, topspin or backspin? Exactly, the topspin stroke must be smaller because you need more speed. And when you play a forehand, you're often moving over from your backhand side. Any shot that requires footwork must have a more compact stroke. So keep your topspin stroke small. Keep the motion compact, not too big. At most, the racket should go just behind your body, but absolutely no huge wind-up. If you practice with a large stroke, you'll naturally tighten up and shorten it in a real match anyway. Therefore, your topspin stroke must be smaller, and your backspin stroke must be larger. This is where many players have a misconception. They know what to do but don't execute it. Their topspin stroke is huge, while their backspin loop is timid and lacks follow-through. This tentative, tight motion is very common. You must build this concept. Always control the size of your topspin stroke. And for backspin, fully extend your stroke. If you practice power looping every topspin ball, you won't be able to use it in a match because you'll get jammed. For backspin, you need a full range of motion, complete the entire stroke. Don't decelerate at contact. A common mistake is a big backswing followed by stopping the arm right at the ball. You must be fluid and complete the full motion for a backspin loop. Don't worry about whether you can make the shot. If you complete the full stroke, the result will be good. So, remember point 4, control the size of your topspin stroke. Keep it behind you, but avoid a massive wind-up. In contrast, the stroke for a backspin ball must be fluid and complete. If you can't lift the ball with a full stroke, focus on concentrating your friction at impact, and you will lift it. Topspin stroke is small, backspin stroke is big. The fifth difference is shoulder usage. Many players don't know how to use their shoulders effectively. When looping a topspin ball, your shoulders should rotate horizontally. You don't need to drop them. See? The shoulders rotate on a level plane. However, for backspin, you cannot rotate horizontally. You might feel like you're getting low, but you're just squatting down levelly. What you really need to do is drop your right shoulder. Just squatting without dropping the shoulder doesn't count. Dropping the right shoulder is what truly gets you underneath the ball. Amateur players often practice forehand drives, so they get used to this horizontal shoulder rotation. As a result, they use the same incorrect rotation when trying to loop a backspin ball. When lifting backspin, it's crucial to lower your center of gravity by dropping your right shoulder. The shoulder is critical because it allows you to engage the power from your upper arm and core. Many of you might think you're dropping your shoulder, but you aren't actually doing it correctly. So, a key cue I give my students is this. Think elbow to hip. If my arm stays close to my body, my elbow naturally moves towards my hip. By focusing on elbow to hip, you will successfully lower your body. If during your backswing your elbow is in front of your chest or only slightly lowered, but not near your hip, your backswing and shoulder position are wrong. Many players rotate with their left shoulder low and right shoulder high, which is a major error. A tense shoulder leads to a tense arm, which kills your ability to brush the ball and accelerate. So remember, during your backswing for backspin, use your elbow to find your hip. This guarantees you'll lower your center of gravity and find the correct position. Join our membership to unlock daily exclusive shorts and discover the coach's secret tips and tricks on table tennis technique. You'll also get our weekly on-court coaching series. Silver members get even more and also unlock the exclusive weekly Coach's Corner series. Thank you for supporting the channel's growth.